Okay, are we back? Are we back? Okay, I think we're back. And here comes the drops again. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. It seems like that we dropped again. And for some reason, I cannot stop the stream from OBS. So I had to close up the whole program and open it again. And I kind of actually made some adjustments here. Lowered down the bitrate. But I think we should be back. Pretty sure that we're back. Let me check again. Pretty sure we're back. Okay. Let me check again. Just let me know if we're back. Let me check again here. Let's see, are we back? We're back? We're back in black? Are we back in black? Okay, I think we're back. Alright. Stop it, static. Stop it. Stop it right now. Whatever you're trying to say, stop it. So I think we're back. We're good now. So where was I? Oh damn it, I forgot. So we're done with schedules. I think I was talking about. Yeah. So I think we left off with the Filipino food tier list. So yeah, as I mentioned, I was meant to do that last stream, but I wasn't able to stream back last time. But we will still be doing that. We will still be doing that Filipino food stream, tier list stream, definitely by Monday. So yeah. So anything else? I think unless I forgot something, I had my notes here. I think I think I covered it. I think I covered everything up that I needed to announce. But anyway, in summary, basically I have a more stable schedule this time for streaming. A more consistent. I hope I'll be able to stay consistent with the schedules, so that you'll be able to consistently. We'll be able to watch the stream on a consistent manner. Okay, so let's go ahead and get down to business to defeat the Huns. just gonna pull up something here. So basically, what we're gonna do for this stream is to let's try building a RPG system. So just a premise. This is not an RPG system that we'll be building from scratch. That's not what it is. It is about. What we're basically trying to do is to build a system for a totally different genre. For a totally different. Uh, I'm not sure if I can actually use the word genre for this, but I guess that's the closest word for it is to actually use the word. Yeah, maybe I can use the word genre for it. Uh, for a system that we're building up, we're gonna be basing it from another system. And the whole idea is this has been a project of mine for quite a while now. But yeah, I have been holding it because either I don't have the proper knowledge or I don't have the proper experience to actually build one. Um, well, I mean, even until now, I don't really have, expert knowledge about it, but I always wanted to build a system, an RPG system, based on a genre that I love, which is Tokusatsu. Um, Now, for those of you who don't know, Tokusatsu is basically Japanese hero shows. Japanese uh, Tokusatsu is basically, Power Rangers is basically based on a Tokusatsu, which is Super Sentai. But basically, Tokusatsu is uh, a uh, a type of show wherein an armored hero, well, really depends on the story, but usually it's an armored hero that it's an individual that can change, or in Japanese, henshin, to a an armored hero or an armored villain, depending on the story. And they either fight monsters of the week and whatnot. Um, Basically, it's, if you know Kamen Rider or Super Sentai, that's basically what it is. And one of the things that I wanted to actually build is uh, an RPG, a role playing game, wherein you could be a Tokusatsu character, someone that can, someone that is otherwise an ordinary human, or maybe depending on your backstory, you could be I don't know, an android and an android, an alien, or a different kind of totally different kind of species or whatnot, and you'll be able to transform into this armored warrior and basically create a story around it, either with yourself or with other people. So I wanted to create a system wherein we can, that'll be the motive. Now the second objective here actually is to also to be able to build a system wherein, even if you don't really have extensive experience when it comes to playing tabletop role playing games like D&D and whatnot, you'll be able to still pick it up and play it, and pick up the rules and play it, because the rules are like simple enough to understand and to uh to play, even if you don't have any experience with D&D or any other tabletop role playing games. I wanted to design basically a simple way to play, even if it's not a on the theme of Tokusatsu, even if the theme is fantasy or modern or horror or post-apocalyptic and whatnot. I wanted to build a system that is like simple enough to pick up and play. Now, here's the thing though. I would admit that whatever I'm working on, the one that I'm working right now is based totally on another system. Uh, and the whole purpose of it is basically to what you call it. The whole thing about it is I'm trying to build a system based from another system because what I'm trying to do is to learn how we can incorporate other systems to your games or to uh what you call it to come up with your own concepts because the whole idea about it is to get out of the trap of originality because I think that's where most actually fail when it comes to coming up with ideas is they always try to be original, and that is something that is very 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 hard to do, which is I myself also realize that fact, um, that falling into the trap of originality would stop you from even creating anything because the whole idea about it is you are so stuck with trying to be original uh, to the point that you're not able to create anything because you're always trying to be original. You're always trying to come up with original ideas, which obviously you cannot and you will not be able to all the time. So that's why you fall into that trap, and eventually you will not be able to do anything at all because you're trying uh, to always come up with original ideas. So it's really to be able. Another thing that I wanted to do is to teach or basically share my tips, share the things that I learned over time in creating content uh, in terms of getting out of the originality trap, which honestly that already also trapped me for so long as well. It's something that I am having a problem to as well, which I was able to overcome once that I realized that hey, I can just take others' work, well, not stealing them, but basically twisting them as my own. Taking bits and pieces of work from other people and basically mashing them together or even connecting them together into something that I can call my own. Originality is overrated. I just make discount guts. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are literally stopped from whatever they wanted to do because they wanted to be original. And I guess this is also goes to the same thing with other things, not just writing and whatnot, even content creation as well. It's it's something that also applies to other people when it comes to other things like even let's say creating content on YouTube and whatnot, even on Twitch. They always fall into that trap of I wanted to make an original blah blah blah, or I wanted to make this like my own original content, and they keep on thinking and thinking about it, but they don't realize that not all the time you'll be able to uh, come up with original ideas. And you also have to realize that a lot of people that are successful with whatever they want they have done, at first it seems like that what they did is an original idea, but you realize that they have literally taken some ideas from others and just twisted them, or gave a twist on their own twist on what already have something that has been done for with that has already been done by another person. I still want that cannon arm. Uh, let's see if we could get it. Let's see if you'll get it. It really depends. But yeah, I guess that's also I wanted to share that this is something that like there is a concept of like uh well, they say that imitation is the best form of flattery. But we're not totally imitating. We're basically twisting something that has been already done by another person or other people, and twisting it to something that we need, or that is tailored to what we're trying to do. So basically, that's what we're trying to do today. So give me one moment. Let me make some adjustments here. And oh yeah, yeah, I forgot this. If we actually still have some time later, I might be playing some games if we still have some time. I might be playing some games if we still have time. Actually, speaking of games, have you heard Code Vein? Yeah, I actually know Code Vein. I haven't played it myself, but I did see clips and streams of the game. It's basically anime Dark Souls, just that. From what I understand, it's basically anime Dark Souls. I haven't really played it. In terms of playing it myself, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll be playing it on stream. Well, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't dislike the game. I'm not really just into it. Although I have it, I haven't opened it up. Uh, I don't really hate the game. I'm just not really into it. I haven't really played it myself, but it's something that uh, doesn't super grab me. Although I do love my anime games, it's something that hasn't really grabbed me in terms of like I want to play this. I really want to play this. Oh, so yeah, I was asked. I was gonna ask if we wanted to co-op. Sure, sure. If I'll be able to download the game, I'll let you know so we can do some co-op. I don't have the game yet, but once I get it. Yeah, we can go ahead and co-op. Let's see. Sorry, I was setting up some things here. Almost done. Okay, so all right, so I think we can go ahead and switch out here. Okay. Sorry, uh my laptop here is chugging just a little bit, so I have to close and open some things here. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let me introduce you to what I have so far. So basically, this is. If you saw my Twitter post about the stream, basically what I'm currently working on, or well, what I've been what I've been working on for a couple of years now, technically, is an RPG called a tabletop RPG called Project Gear. Project Gear is a working title. I'm pretty sure I might change my mind about it. It's a working title basically, so it's not really the title of the RPG system. But I'm gonna call it Project Gear in the meantime. So basically, what Project Gear is about is it's an RPG system, and the whole idea about it is it's based on Tokusatsu or Japanese superhero shows. Uh, and I have been working this for this on this project for quite a while now, about 2 to 3 years now. Around those 2 to 3 years, I haven't really like it's basically dedicated uh, to conceptualizing the whole game, but it has been only recently that I was actually able to find a perfect system for it that I can use to base the game system off. And basically, the game system is based off Iron Sworn. You see, Iron Sworn is a tabletop RPG system as well, and the whole idea about it is that system you can actually either play it with a DM or a dungeon master, or you can even play it by yourself because of the Oracle system. Now, not only that's the reason why that I like the system is I like the system because of like the simplicity of it, on how it resolves like um uh situations. Um because the whole what I wanted about the RPG system that I'm trying to make is what I wanted about it is eliminate as much number crunching as possible and simplify the system when it comes to resolving, checks like skill checks or even combat and whatnot. Now, the thing is, I don't want to discount the fact that some players do love their number crunching and do love their, uh, a complex battle system. So I'm trying to work on that as well in terms of like a a both simple and complex battle systems or combat systems with this RPG. But my main focus right now is I want it to be as basic as possible and as easy as possible to pick up with new players, because I wanted to introduce new players in this. Because once I finish this, I'm pretty sure the ones that will be interested on playing it are mostly people that are not used to uh, playing RPG, playing tabletop role playing games. I already deducted and already I am pretty sure on the fact that most people that will play this game are basically people that have no experience with games like D&D and such. All because of the genre that is based on, which is tokusatsu. Um, Ironically, though, the community that I'm trying to reel in when it comes to this RPG system, ironically though, they are the ones that are actually very prolific when it comes to making their original, uh, let's say the original Kamen Riders or the original Super Sentai, the original Ultraman, or even original monsters. Uh, they're more prolific on that, so that's why I'm also trying to get that opportunity uh, to give them the opportunity to be creative when it comes to like their characters and such, and their original characters and whatnot. So that's why I wanted to create a system, or wanted to base it at least on a system that is easy to pick up, easy to learn, uh, still hard to master, but you don't really need to master it. Because the whole idea about it is you create stories. You know, you don't have to be like an expert to do it to play it. Even if this is the first time that you're playing like an RPG, you'll be able to pick this up because the concepts are easy to learn. So basically, that is what I've been working on for quite a while now, and I was able to find a system that actually caters that need, which is the Iron Sworn RPG system. Uh, they're basically based on a D6 system. They're not based on a D20 system, unlike D&D. Um, you see, one of the things that well, not really hated, but kinda noticed about D&D is, for me personally, one of the things that I notice about D&D, and I think the main reason why some people are still apprehensive of playing D&D is the rule set. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure that by the 5th edition, the rule set has been super simplified, and they're even actually trying to make it a lot more simplified with the upcoming edition or lack thereof, because I heard that they're not gonna be using like editions now. They're just gonna be like, this is the last edition, or this is, there's no more editions. We're just gonna change and update this one thing. This is which is one D&D. But anyway, the main thing that I notice about people that are apprehensive with playing games like D&D is the misconception that D&D is hard to learn because of the sheer amount of rules that is involved with it, especially when rolling dice. I think a lot of people are intimidated by the fact that D&D, let's face it, even if the 5th edition is easy to learn, if you really think about it, it will still intimidate uh, people that have no experience because of the way that the dice works in D&D and how you compute success or failure. thresholds when it comes to D&D. Uh, so basically, for those of you that have less less experience, the way that skill challenges are resolved in D&D is you roll a d20, and whatever the result, you would need to add your proficiency if you have a proficiency with that particular skill. You also need to add additional bonuses from your ability modifiers. Uh, so, for example, if your skill challenge uh, is based on your dexterity, you would add your dexterity bonus. And then on top of that, you would add any other bonuses that applies with your race or your class or whatever, or any other bonuses that any other factors give you, like weapons, armor, and whatnot, magic items, uh, and then the total would be your result. Now, as I'm saying that, it sounds so easy, you know. As I'm saying that computation, it might sound easy for others, but it will be a lot of jargon and a lot of computation for those who haven't really played D&D before. So, what I wanted to that's what I noticed about D&D, and D, and how a lot of people are still apprehensive on playing D&D, even though they wanted to play D&D and they wanted to try it out for themselves. A lot of them are still apprehensive about the rules, that you have to learn the rules D&D, how to play it and whatnot. For someone that is enthusiastic about it, such as me, even way back when I first played D&D for the first time, I was able to learn the rules a little bit easy because I was already enthusiastic on learning anything about D&D. Um, but there are some people that are casually wanted to learn D&D, but you can definitely uh, you can definitely notice and feel that they are intimidated by the rules, because the rules itself, let's face it, it's a little bit intimidating really for someone that just wanted to casually play D&D, just wanted to casually play it and see what it's all about. So if you wanted to pull in players for your game system, you have to make sure first that the system itself is approachable enough um, for players, for people that just wanted to try it out. And from there, they can determine if they do wanted to take it more seriously and whatnot, in terms of they wanted to play it on the long run or in the long term with longer campaigns and such, and wanted to dedicate themselves with the hobby. Um, but right now, I still see that a lot of new players are just wanted to play it casually, and they wanted something that will not intimidate them, in terms of like uh, playing it on a fundamental level, which is rolling dice and adding up numbers. So it is very important that if you're trying to come up with your own system, with your own RPG system, I think it is very important to uh, come up with a system or conceptualize a system that is, or maybe search for another system that will cater to newer people, because I think it is very important that your system will be able to reel in new people to play it, because if you're gonna rely with older with more veteran players, if you're just gonna rely on them, you cannot really rely on them, because even they would just switch to a new system if they wanted to, because they're already expert with this kind of RPG system. They already know the ins and outs of it, and eventually they will just search for a new system to play, because they cannot. There will be a time that they will not be able to like uh, get as much excitement from the same system a new system would do. But for a new player, it doesn't really matter. What matters to them is if this is like easy to pick up. In one game, you'll be able to understand the rules in one game, and you'll be able to, like, even without the help of a dungeon master or of a game master, if the dungeon master or the game master, uh, what you call it, explain the rules once, the rules should be easily understandable. The rules should be designed as easily understandable as possible, that a dungeon master or a game master will just be able to explain the rules once, and the players will be able to understand the concept at least. They don't really have to understand, the nitty gritty of the game, or what the game is all about. They just wanted, they just really needed to understand the concept about it, and be able to play the game with as minimal help as possible from the dungeon master or the game master, because that's also another factor as well when it comes to newer people being apprehensive of playing tabletop role-playing games, is the fact that a lot of new players would be very shy and very intimidated to ask the DM or the GM how to play the game, because it will, for them, asking questions, or at least most of them, asking questions is a sign of, like, uh, weakness, intelligence, weakness of intelligence, which is not true. Which is definitely not true. I, for one, as a DM or a dungeon master or game master, I love questions, and I love when players, like, ask me questions about this and that when it comes to the game and how to play it. What's the what's the appropriate choice for this or that? Because that means our players are invested with our games and invested with the game system itself that we're trying to play, and willing to learn about it. We as DMs would be more than happy to share our knowledge to our players, because we see that our players are enthusiastic on learning the game itself, and that shows that they care. That's why we are very happy whenever that happens. But again, another problem with newer players is they are very apprehensive to ask the dungeon master, the game master, and even other players in some cases, because most of them will take asking as a sign of, like, weakness in intelligence. So that's why they don't do it, and that's also what makes them more apprehensive of playing an RPG or a role playing game, because of the pressure of not wanting to be like the dumb one on the table that constantly asks questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you play this? How do you play that? So I think, again, if you're trying to come up with an RPG system, it is very important to reel in new players as well. Reel in new players in terms of, like, if you really wanted to actually have your system be played by a lot of people, you should be able to simplify the system enough to reel in new players, so they'll be able to pick it up and learn it very quickly, or at least learn the concept of the game very quickly. Uh, and if there's, like, any, like, specific questions, their dungeon master or game master will be able to answer those questions in terms of, like, the nitty gritty of the game itself. But the base concept should be easy enough to understand. I think that's also the thing that they're trying to do with 1D and D, and that's why the changes were so controversial. Uh, in terms of the changes that they plan to implement on the 1D and D thing, which is the newest edition, air quotes, that they're trying to uh, to develop recently. Um, I think the whole reason why of these drastic changes for 1D&D is the fact that they wanted to reel in newer players, which they already did in 5th edition. Really, that's basically what the whole 5th edition is about: is to reel in new players. And boy, they knocked it out of the park. They were able to reel in new players, but again, there are a significant percentage of people out there that wanted to play D&D that but are still intimidated by the rules. So I think what they're trying to do with 1D&D is simplify everything to the point that it breaks convention of what people have been used to with playing D&D. Um, I think that's their whole philosophy right now when with coming up or developing this new system, this new D&D edition that they're about to release. So so as I mentioned, it is very important because that's also what they're trying to do. Um, so that's why I also believe that it's very important to simplify systems just enough to either to both be easy to pick up, but be also to be able to be flexible in terms of like situations that you'll be in whenever you're trying to play the game, and be able to cater to most, if not all, gameplay scenarios when you are in a role playing session or a gameplay session for RPGs. So anyway, here is basically the system here. Let's see. So basically, here's the skill challenge system for the RPG system that we're working on. Um, Again, this is based on the Iron Sworn system, Iron Sworn RPG. Iron Sworn is an RPG system that basically uses D6s instead of D20s. Um, and the whole idea about it is, as you can see here, um, for example, let's say a player is trying to resolve like a skill challenge or a skill something that requires skill to do, and there's a percentage of success or failure for that type of challenge. So basically, a player would roll a 1d6. This would be the skill dice. The 1d6 is the skill dice or a skill roll. Now, after they roll the 1d6, they would add their stat bonuses and modifiers and whatnot, or anything that they get as a bonus on top of the 1d6. So this basically replaces the 1d20, uh, but it's easier to read. This is because it's 1d6. It's just like the normal, square dice that we're talking about. Um, so that will be the skill roll. Now, after that, the player would then determine the threshold that they need to roll over to be able to succeed on that whatever skill challenge or whatever action that they're trying to do. So they will roll 2d10s. 2d10s is what we call the destiny dice or the destiny roll, because this is basically what determines like how difficult it will be for the skill challenge to be successfully completed. So at the bottom, what we have here are the destiny dice conditions. So basically, the whole goal here is if you wanted to be successful with the action that you're trying to do, you either need to roll a little higher or at least equal to the dice, the destiny dice for your skill roll, or for your skill roll. That's correct. And depending on how high or how low we roll, there will be like an intensity system when it comes to how successful you are or how failed you are on the skill challenge. So basically, depending on the intensity, several things that will happen. Basically, so below here is the destiny dice conditions. So the whole idea here is your destiny dice must be rolled higher than the skill dice. So your skill dice will determine how skillful you are on completing that task, or the skill that you'll be able, the amount of skill or the amount of proficiency of the skill that you'll be able to use to for a particular task. And the destiny dice will determine how successful you are on completing that task. And depending on the number of destiny dice that was rolled higher than the skill roll, that will determine basically how successful that you will be for the task. So, for example, let's say that your character is trying to jump a chasm, and your character decided to use their, let's say, their dexterity for for that skill check or for that skill challenge. So the player will roll a 1d6, and then the player would add their dexterity modifier or their speed modifier, whatever, to the computation, and that's the result of the skill dice. So let's say they rolled, let's say, I don't know, a 4, and then their dexterity gives them like a +2 or +3. Let's say a +2 uh for their bonus. Um, the result will be 6. So that will be their skill roll. It's a 6. So they would need to roll a 6 or a higher on the destiny dice to be able to see if they failed or they succeeded. So they will roll 2d20s, or let's say one came up as a 4 and another came up as a let's say 7, because it's 2d10, it's not 2d6. So it's possible that they would be able to roll higher than a 6. So one came up as 4 and another came up as 7. So that means one of them succeeded. One of the destiny dice succeeds. So we're gonna look up on the destiny dice conditions here. So that would count as a fair success. So that means they'll be able to jump on the chasm with no issues. So let's say that both the Destiny dice rolled, let's say, higher than 6. So let's say a 7 and an 8. That will be a critical success. So basically, the player was able to jump over the chasm, and they saw what seems to be like a rope on the end, and they'll be able to toss it back to the other side of the chasm so that other people can cross some sort of a rope bridge a little bit more easy than jumping. So there's that. So it's basically a success with added benefits. A limit break is basically if a player rolled successfully with matching numbers. So let's say the player rolled a 7 and a 7 on the Destiny dice. They only needed a 6 for them to succeed, but they rolled a 7 and a 7. So matching numbers. So that means they'll be able to jump. Well, they actually saw a bridge at the rather near part of the chasm, and they're just gonna be able to cross the chasm through a bridge instead with no issues. So that's basically what the limit break success does. So that also goes with failures. So that's basically the same principle with failures. So that's how the skill challenges are resolved by that. So anyway, what we're trying to do here is coming up with the basically the character sheet. So the attributes in the meantime that I was able to come up with is strength, speed, intelligence, wits, and soul or spirit. Something, someone. I know that someone that wrote that word. So let's see. So these are the moves. And the archetypes. Actually, what we're going to do is what I'm going to do is I'm gonna try to pull up something here. Ironborn book. Rules reference. Okay, let's see. This is the Ironsworn. This is the Ironsworn rule set. Okay. Okay, actually, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and BRB. I'm just gonna take a really, really quick piss, and I'll be right back. Really, really quick. I was muted the whole time. Sorry about that. I was actually muted. I'm not really sure how long I was muted. That's so dumb. I was talking the whole time. Okay. Actually, just real quick, I'm gonna be back for a few seconds. Give me one moment. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Actually, for the Tokusatsu RPG, there's that for the meantime. I will try to actually um work it out a little bit more, so it'll be a little bit more presentable. I just, I just suddenly realized that in the meantime, that is probably not in a more presentable fashion. So I guess I'm gonna keep on working on this in the meantime, and probably on Friday we'll be able to resume it. Since I wanted to have it, I don't know, a little bit more presentable in terms of like how the system works and whatnot, because it's kind of all over the place in the meantime. I wanted to organize it a little bit more neatly, so I'll be able to show you what I've been working on in a more in a neat fashion. I guess what I will do is I will try to organize it in the most basic way possible in terms of like the basic systems that we that will that the whole RPG system would have the basic concepts with. And probably a good idea would be I'll be coming up with like a short gameplay scenario, or maybe an example gameplay scenario wherein we can apply the concepts for the RPG. So in the meantime, while we actually wait for the PlayStation State of Play, or maybe well, hopefully I'll be able to last the stream long enough for us to be able to watch it. Uh, in the meantime, I actually wanted to play something. This is something that I wanted to play on stream for quite a while now. Let me change the title real quick. Just give me one quick. Okay. Let's see if I can just do it here instead. This is something that I was meaning to play for quite a while now. Mm, okay. Maybe, let's see. So you'll know what I'm talking about when I'm done with this. Okay. Data to stream. So we're gonna switch over to this one. Let me readjust this. Maybe we can do it like this. Do it like this. Right. Maybe a little bit of this upper part. Move it here. Okay, I guess this.
Getting freaky on a Friday night yet.
Maybe maybe it's a little bit too high. Right. This is Friday Night Funkin'. I was actually meaning to play this for quite a while now, so let's go ahead and try to see if I'll be able to. I'm pretty sure I will not be able to beat this one, but let's see. Let's see. Hopefully my audio balance is good here. Okay, here we go. Let's enter to begin. To story mode. Should we go tutorial? Maybe we go tutorial normal. Okay. I have an idea how to play this. It's basically just DDR. But let's see. Let's see what we got here. A tutorial. Up, down. Oh my. I screwed up. Okay, we're done with the tutorial. It's easy enough. It's basically DDR. I kind of remember. I actually remember. I was playing like DDR on the PlayStation, and I was not using the dance pad for it. I was using the controller. And the way that I hold the controller is like the way that I input notes on the controller is like you have your directional button and your buttons, your triangle, circle, square, X. In DDR, when you use a controller, like a PlayStation controller, you'll be able to control the arrows both with the directional buttons and the face buttons. The face buttons. And the way that I do it is I would only use like 3 out of 4 of the directional buttons and 3 out of 4 of the and 4 out of 4 of the face buttons. So whenever I need to do like a note that is very very close, I would, let's say, write up, and they're very 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 close to each other. I would just press the circle button and the up button. So with that method, I was able to actually play faster faster DDR tracks, even in extreme modes or something. With that method, so I mostly play DDR way back when I was little, with controllers instead of the dance pad. I've never really used the dance pad, even in the arcades. I've never really played DDR in the arcades with a dance pad. I'm not really that dexterous when it comes to using the dance pad. So that's why I use the controller most of the time. And most of the time, I will be able to deal with faster, more difficult tracks using the controller than the dance pad itself. The dance pad is for like people that are really 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 good at dancing with the arcade version. Let me check something. I think I have very low volume. Let's see here. Let's see if we can audio balance it real quick.
Getting freaky on a Friday night yet?
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good now. Okay, I think we're good. So let's see. Maybe we can play it on a harder mode. I'm okay with the hard mode. Let's see if we can play it with the hard mode. I know I'm shooting myself in the foot, but whatever.
2, 1, go!
Poppy Boo. Ah, missed that. Missed that. Okay. Okay.
3, 2, 1,
Alright,
go!
this is faster. I missed that. Missed that. I miss it. I miss it. Okay. Okay, we're good. I spoke too soon. Beep, pop. Beep, beep, pop. Beep, 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 pop. Oh, almost got it. Got it. Easy. Easy.
3,
Just one more.
2, 1, go!
Oh, this is faster. It's faster. Oh, it's faster. Okay, alright, here we go. Oh, faster, just relax. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm already screwed. Okay, focus. Focus, focus. Ah. Focus, focus, focus. Okay, time to get a little bit more serious. Time to get a little bit serious. We'll try, we'll try. I wonder if I can use WASD for this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Ah, so close. It's so close. Oh my god, that is so hard. It's so hard. Give me 1 minute. It's so hard. Okay. As I mentioned, I'm trying. I'm shooting myself in the foot with this. So let's try it again. Let's try it again. Why not?
Three, two, one, go.
Okay, here we go. That is hard. That is actually hard. We can actually try it on a normal mode, I guess. But I'm already at hard mode.
3,
Let's
2, 1, go.
might as well. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this. Okay? We're gonna finish this. I already did it to myself. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. We're good, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, alright. Whew. Alright. Alright. Easy. Easy. Easy clap. Told you we can make it. Can make it. Can make it. Okay, let's do normal first. Let's do normal.
Friday night yet?
Or should we do hard? We're gonna do gonna do normal. Let's try the normal first and then hard. I shot myself in the foot last
3,
time.
2, 1, go.
Oh, this is fast. That's hard. That's hard to time. That's hard to time. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's happening to me? Okay. What's happening to me? Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Alright. That's hard to time. That's hard to time.
Break it down.
Okay. Screwed up on 3 notes. But we're good, we're good. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Easy clap. Easy clap. But that's hard. Imagine that's on
3,
hard
2,
mode.
1, go.
Okay, this will be a little bit hard. Or maybe hard. Okay, I'm screwing up on pressing some buttons, but I get the rhythm. Okay, screwed up on that one. Okay, that is hard on the fingers. Okay, that is hard on the fingers. So you have to like do 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 do. The rhythm is hard, so it's
3,
hard on my
2,
fingers.
1, go.
I keep on pressing the control. And this is the hard part. Hard. It's hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. Okay. Okay. One more.
Three, two, one, go.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. Let me try doing this one. That is hard. It's so hard.
Three, two, one, go.
Okay. It's so hard. Let me actually try to. Let me actually try something here. Let me see if this would actually work. This actually work? Oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Getting freaky on a Friday night yet?
I thought I thought I would be able to actually use my controller in this, but I guess it doesn't work.
Getting freaky on a Friday night yet?
Okay, let's try this again.
Three, two, one, go.
Break it down.
Okay. At least that part has rhythm. At least that part has rhythm. Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's so close. It's so close. It's so close. Okay. Alright. Okay, I guess that's it. We're gonna end it on that. So I'm sorry. I guess we're gonna actually end it on that. I'm a little bit out of the loop. Maybe because I was actually doing the stream right after I worked, so I'm a little bit. My head is a little bit loopy, a little bit congested. So I'm just gonna lay down a bit. I'm sorry I have to cut the stream short. Anyway, thank you for those who just dropped by. Thank you for those who sent a message in the stream. Even if you just lurk, or even if you just pass by, I do appreciate it, and thank you so much for dropping by. Anyway, another thing about the streams, at least the weekday streams, they're more on the relaxed side. I'm not gonna do anything major. The special, technically the ones that has like special events type of stream would be usually on Mondays. That's when we'll be doing some big things like planned things and whatnot. But Wednesdays and Fridays are more dedicated to like chillax streams, just chill streams, some random stuff, and so yeah. I'm sorry I had to cut this short. I just need to just do a little bit of a lie down, a little bit of rest. So again, thank you so much for those who joined, those who just passed by and watched or lurk. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And again, if you wanted to have updates on whatever I'm doing or whatever I wanted to say and whatnot, especially if I'm about to stream, you can go ahead and follow my Twitter account. That's RyushindenVT. Just search RyushindenVT. There should be like links at the bottom of the stream. The YouTube channel will be up probably around next week. So keep a lookout for that. And also, I actually forgot earlier. I will be also setting up a Discord channel for those of you who just wanted to hang out and whatnot. I'll be setting up that one as well. So keep a lookout on that in the near future. So anyway, again, thank you so much for dropping by, and thank you so much for supporting the stream in any way that you can. So again, Thank you so much, and this is Ryu Shinden. Over and out. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.